Hello folks, my name is Mark. This is UCD Toy Reviews. How you guys doing? So today we're taking a look at Man-At-Arms and Beastman from the Masters of the Universe Origins series. And for those of you guys who don't know about this, these are modern recreations of classic Masters of the Universe He-Man toys from the 1980s with modern articulation. And they are quite possibly the greatest things ever made. I love these toys. These are awesome. So let's take a look at Man-At-Arms first. Looks really cool. You know, he's got that classic packaging with the logo and all that. And the thing about this is that he's got a mustache. So the original toy, of course, didn't have a mustache, but in the Filmation cartoon, they wanted to make him Teela's father, so they gave him a mustache to make him look older. And that was really cool that they decided to do this. I wonder if there's like variants of this that don't have a mustache. I don't know. That'd be interesting. Same thing with the back of the package. You have that really awesome artwork at the top there, you know, and then other figures in the series, and then whatever action feature the figure had. So the packaging on these things is right out of the 80s. That's really awesome. Same thing with Beastman over here. Let me try to get this so that it doesn't have any glare from the camera on it. Looking really cool. You know, essentially it looks just like the old school figure, but you can see the different joints in his knees and elbows and legs and stuff. Pretty cool stuff. And then here's his artwork back here. You know, I always thought Beastman sort of looked like a mandrill, kind of baboon sort of thing. Crazy. Fun fact, in the original story treatment for Masters of the Universe, Beastman was going to be the head villain. And then they came up with Skeletor and made Beastman a henchman. So let's open these guys up. I've been kind of waiting for these because these toys are actually kind of hard to find, and they've been selling out really fast, and so I had them on back order for like a month. So that's why my videos for He-Man and Skeletor and Teela and all that came out in September. And the videos I have here for these guys are just getting released today because I've basically been waiting for them for all this time. Alright, rubber bands and stuff, keeping them in. I guess that's so they don't go flopping around inside of the package or whatnot. Let's take that out. Very nice, very nice. Let's see if we can't get this out of his joint there. Pretty cool. So let's just take a look at this figure. Alright, that's awesome. Look at that face. That's like right out of the old figure, but just with a mustache. So, yeah, but see, the cool thing is, yeah, they have modern articulation. So it's like they have these sort of arm swivels and knees here, elbows, wrists, and then also their feet, you know, go up and down, and they have knees, and at the waist, pretty cool stuff. So you can get some like dynamic posing out of them, you know, that kind of thing. Alright, let's set him back here. They're also very well balanced, I noticed, these figures. They stand up on their own really well. Okay, let's see what Man-At-Arms' equipment looks like. Should have his arm thing, and then also some leg armor. Let's open this up. Alright, here's the armor, and it looks like it's more than I was expecting. Okay, so this is his arm. Oh, that's his leg armor. Alright, it's got the spikes and everything, so that's his leg armor. Pretty cool. And then it looks like his arm, they put it in two pieces. Okay, so I see, because he's got articulation there. So this plastic is actually kind of gummy. It's not as stiff, I guess, as the vintage armor would be. So let's put that on his arm here. So let's see, this goes on that arm, and then how well does it fit? How easy does it go in? Well, that was pretty easy to put on. Okay. See, some of the vintage toys, it's kind of hard to get the armor on sometimes because it's like you have to like push it through. And I remember this as a kid, like sometimes you put it on and it would just fall off because it's not on correctly. Because the little tabs, you know, you don't have them through all the way, that kind of thing. Alright, so let's see if we can't get this on here. I might actually do a jump cut here at this part because, you know, it's boring. There we go. There goes his armor. And he only came with one. That's accurate to the old toy as well. That's a little floppy on there, but, you know, for posability wise though, I guess, for articulation reasons, you know, I could see why they made it a little floppy like that. You know, because if it was too stiff, it would just fall off, so okay. Then this one goes on, I guess you could put this on either leg, but I always kept it on the same side, you know, as his, like, arm. But I guess this would fit on either one. There goes his leg, so that looks pretty awesome. And then here's his sort of club thing. Come on, focus, focus. Alright. And yeah, I gotta say, that looks really, really cool. I am super duper happy with that. That looks awesome as hell. I mean, the armor, I think, even looks more clean than the OG armor, right? It's a little more flat. The paint job is a little more flat, I notice. And I think that's just because of the kind of plastic it is. You know, like, OG Man-At-Arms armor has a little more shine to it. But anyway, let's stick that back there. Looks really cool. Here's the comic that it came with. Let's move this stuff. The comic that it came with is this Beast Barrage comic. Unfortunately, all of Wave 1 comes with the same comic book, so yeah, it's basically, you know, same deal as last time if you saw my other videos. Right. So that was kind of a bummer. I was kind of hoping to get at least one or two different comics with the figures, but that's okay. You know, the fact that they even come with comics in the first place, I think, is awesome. Alright, let's open up Beastman here. Ooh, that's a problem. Whoa, that's bad. The comic is sticking to the... Ah, wow. Okay. Well, thankfully, I have more than one of these, because this one is going to get ruined. It's like glued to the package there. I don't want to force that because that's going to tear it. I don't think there's any way I can get that off without it tearing. So that's too bad. I mean, yeah, I have more than one copy of this, so it doesn't matter, but still, it's the principle, man. It shouldn't be like getting caught in the glue like that. You see that? That's kind of screwed up. Anyway, I'll probably just throw that one away. I mean, I do have several copies of that comic book, but still, it's the principle. You pay for something, you should get what you pay for. Anyway, let's take Beastman out of the packaging here, liberate him. That's hardcore. Alright, so he's got these little rubber bands back here we gotta get rid of. Give me 1 second, pull those off. That is badass. Damn. He, wow, that sculpt, man. He kind of looks like, because his mouth is closed, it kind of looks like he has buck teeth, doesn't he? I don't know. See, the vintage toy has the mouth open, like snarling. And I guess they wanted to change it a little bit or something, so they made his mouth closed. But still, it does look awesome. But it does kind of look like he's got, like, fake teeth, like fake vampire teeth in or some shit. Still, though, I mean, that's just nitpicky. Everything here looks great. You know, the sculpt on the face looks great. Sculpt on this armor, check that out. That's right out of the vintage toy. That's really cool. So, and see, he came with some shoulder things that went there, right, if I remember right, and a whip. So, let's see if they actually included those. Stand up, damn it. There we go. Alright. Okay, so here are the two arm pads. And they're made out of the same type of sort of gummy, rubbery plastic that Man-At-Arms' armor is, so that's okay. They still look pretty awesome. And then, of course, the whip. So, alright. So let's put these on. Let's see. They go on the same sort of way, I would say. Yeah, like that. Okay, and here we are. Yeah, those were kind of difficult to get on there. But, you know, they do fit on really nice. And I could see why they made them out of that kind of gummy, stretchy, rubbery plastic. So that they basically wouldn't break. But they look great once you get them on, so that was a little difficult. Yeah, so Beastman, of course, has the same articulation as Man-At-Arms, you know. Arms flail around, and then they have wrists, and they go up and down like that. And, you know, basically it's almost the same articulation as the classics figures have, essentially, except they don't have a torso crunch there. All right. And he comes with his whip, which is the spinning image of the vintage whip. It looks just like it. Wow. I am having all the flashbacks of being 10 years old right now. Seriously, this is like the bomb, you know. So, yeah, man. I think these guys look great. These are fantastic. And they are kind of the best things ever made. So let's do some comparisons between the new figures and the vintage figures. Here's our new Man-At-Arms figure and our vintage Man-At-Arms. And you can see they look almost exactly the same, except for the mustache. And the colors are brighter on the newer figure. They're a little more flat, I noticed. The shade of green is a little lighter. And then the colors on this armor pieces are more flat. If you notice here on the vintage figure, the armor is a little more, has sort of like this plastic shine, right? That the newer toys don't have. I think they look great either way. I guess it's just your personal preference, but I really liked how they just kept all the same design elements and just updated them. And here's our comparison with Beastman. Yeah, you can kind of see the same thing. The colors are slightly different, you know. The red in the armor is a different shade of red, but I actually think the new armor looks better. The only real difference here is there's you know, the mouth is opened on the old Beastman, so this is what I was talking about. You know, he just sort of looks like he's like snarling, like rah, right? Which I think that would have looked better on this one versus, you know, here he just sort of looks like he's like, I don't know, constipated or some shit. Maybe he ate a really spicy chili pepper. You know, that's, so I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm just saying it's like I would have preferred to have the vintage looking head on this anyway. But still, this looks really awesome. And I'm really, really happy with it. And here you go, folks. Beastman and Man-At-Arms from Masters of the Universe Origins. These are quite possibly the best figures ever. I love this line. They're great. They're still very hard to find in most places. It seems like they're getting a little bit easier to get a hold of, but still aftermarket prices for these guys are way too expensive. I just went on back order on Walmart.com and they finally sent them to me like a month, you know, after I ordered them. So I think it'd be worth it, you know, especially if you're doing this on a budget because they retail for $15. And if you're going on eBay and buying these, you could be spending 30, 40 bucks on them. And it's like, well, how bad do you really want it? You know, the commitment is hopefully that by Christmas, they'll be much more widely available. So if you can hang out for another month and a half or something, you should be seeing more stock of these on the shelves. At least that's the rumor. So who knows? So for this, we have also coming Wave 2, which is going to have Orko and Many-Faces and Merman and Scareglow. Scareglow is going to be the one to get, so get your hands on that one as soon as possible. That's going to be the one that's going to go up in price and all that stuff. Anyway, folks, I think that's all I got. Adios.